My first job was at the oldest literary agency in New York. But the agency itself, the offices, were like something out of the 1920s. Like you could imagine F. Scott Fitzgerald walking in and lighting up a cigarette and bumming around with a receptionist. It was this completely strange, anachronistic, wonderful place. They're often called glamour jobs in New York because you're paid so poorly, but there's a kind of access to well-known people and parties. There were such big personalities in the office. My boss was this kind of grande dame of publishing, dressed in this kind of very dramatic fashion. She wore enormous rings. She was very into these giant pearls, that kind of looked like lava. She wore these giant necklaces. She had huge glasses and smoking constantly. You could smoke in the office. I had no idea that people were allowed to smoke in offices. So on my first day, my boss called me into her office and said, "Have a seat." And she lit a cigarette and said, "We need to talk about Jerry." And I was thinking, who is Jerry? Who is Jerry? Who could Jerry be? So this is 1996, and the first thing that came to mind was Jerry Seinfeld, because Seinfeld was enormously popular at that moment. And, I thought, could he be a client of the agency? Does he write books? I don't know. But she then just sort of launched into it as my mind was trying to figure out who this could be. People are going to call you, reporters, graduate students, editors of anthologies, anyone, just regular people are going to call you. The receptionist is going to put them through to you. They're going to ask you for Jerry's address. They're going to ask you for his phone number. They're going to ask you for information about him. You say nothing. You cannot give out his address no matter who the person says he or she is. You cannot give out his phone number. I have fired assistants for doing this. His privacy is of the utmost importance. That is the most important thing about your job. We are here to protect him. And I sat down at the typewriter to continue my typing. And I happened to glance up at the wall of books that was directly in front of me that I'd been sort of staring at in the background all day. And it was this wall, floor to ceiling, with every Salinger book in every language, hardback, mass market paperback, trade paperback. And I thought, oh my God, does the agency represent Salinger? And then I'm obviously a little slow in the uptake here. And I was like, Salinger, J.D. Salinger, Jerome David Salinger, Jerry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. And so that was how I found out.